The Sassanid dynasty has weathered storms and strife. From the days of Quarren I, our ancestors fought to resurrect the glory of Persia and to turn it once more toward the Zoroastrian faith. For generations, our dynasty has struggled against threats both external and internal. Now we stand against the might of the Arabian Empire, who are allied with the Muslim Khazars to our north. Meanwhile, restless nomads inside of our recently conquered territories rise up, demanding their independence. Yet despite the storm that gathers on every frontier, we march forward with one purpose: to restore the borders of Persia and claim the mantle of the Saoshyant. Hello everybody and welcome back to our Zoroastrian Persia. We are Quarren III the Righteous, 53 years of age and feeling fine. Our heir is 7 years old, rowdy, and already being trained in martial. My ultimate goal for this episode is, if possible, to finally take the remainder of Jazera in order for us to restore the actual Persian borders, giving us the ability to actually become the Saoshyant. I've spoken about this before, I won't go into it in insane detail, but ultimately we can officially be known as the restorer of Zoroastrian Persia. We'll get nice bonuses, all of our descendants will get bonuses forever, our dynasty will get bonuses, and there's a 35% chance that anywhere that isn't Mazdayasna will convert. In order to do that, we will have to fight Persia, that are incredibly strong at the moment, not to mention their alliance with the Khazars. The good news, though, is that the ruler of the Khazars, Kagan Tabar here, is 69 years of age and in poor health, so I do expect him to die soon, and some of those alliances to melt away. The thing is, though, I can be as patient as I need to be before taking Jazera. The problem is, thus far in this run, whenever I've tried to make severe progress outside of initially creating the title, I've been bogged down by internal strife at every corner. Now, there's two things I think I can do that are going to help with this. The first is to actually form some kingdoms inside of the realm, so we have less individual dukes who are unhappy with the fact they don't have an alliance as a powerful clan vassal and whatnot, joining multiple factions against us all the time. I would much rather have some kings, keep them on the council, keep them happy, no issues. Speaking of, I'm changing my approach with Transoxiana here. In the previous episode, we tried relentlessly to oust the rulers and gain control, coming ridiculously close, but they kept just throwing who would be leader back and forth depending on what suited them. Their leader would die, they'd be deposed. It was a joke. What we now have is a 6-year-old in control of Transoxiana, who I actually think I'm going to marry one of my daughters off to, just to try and actually lock in that alliance. When he becomes a man, he won't be able to join a faction against us, and when he has children, we can try and educate them to become Persian, because right now he is Mongol, and at 2% acceptance, that's not fantastic. I don't know if it's even possible to reach a place whereby we can have an heir take power and have there be no factions. Inside of a clan realm, where many members of our dynasty end up with some land, there's usually always a claimant or two around the place. So as soon as vassals are unhappy, they always have a place to rally behind. Not to mention, we've expanded so deep to the north here, we are consistently running into issues with the nomads. Either Transoxiana conquers them, and they start one of their weird factions where they just demand to be independent from me, and then I either have to fight and just to try and defend Transoxiana's gains and end up bordering even bigger nomads, or I say, no, that's fine, you can have it, and lose a full level of fame. So it's a bit of a lose-lose here to the north. But my main goal today is to keep building up what I have, found those kingdoms, keep everybody happy, try and build up a nice bank of gold. At the moment, we do still have a legend that we're owning that is costing us 16 gold a month, which is not fantastic. That is this one here. Now, soon enough, we should be able to actually increase the quality of this, and once it's a mythical, we can immediately complete it, which will, of course, give us the ability to reassert the holy mission, so we can have 2 kingdom tier holy wars in one life, as well as the ability to evangelize the realm, which would be quite nice. Now, religion-wise, we're actually doing okay in the Empire. Almost all of it is actually Zoroastrian. It's mainly some of those cultural differences that are really causing some issues. Oh, he is dead. High King Tabar of the Khazars is dead. It's now the Bulanid Khazars here, ruled by High King Tarkan II. It looks as though the alliance with the Persians has ran out, which is great to see. Persians are still by no means weak, but without the Khazars, it's looking a lot more reasonable. We still ideally would want a larger majority than this, though, because this isn't including all of the people that may join in the defense from a religious perspective, considering that we are going to be doing a holy war for Jazera here. We also need more pies. We have to wait anyway. Thanks to additional taxes from our steward here, we can finally increase the quality of our legend and complete it. And there it is, the first ever legend added to the library, Defender of the Mazdian Holy Sites. So be it, that is tremendous news. We're now up to 40 gold a month because we no longer own a legend. I don't know if I want to clear a ground for a legendary building yet. Maybe I do, because I don't want to die without getting the advantage of some of this, but ideally, we go to war with the Arabian Empire soon, win, research the holy mission, we have another holy war in us, we evangelize the realm with all our new gains, and then we can clear ground for legendary building in the capital. Obviously, I would still like Baghdad, but it's going to be a bit of a wait, because right now it's held by a king, our marshal, and we're allied with them. Previously, we were in the intrigue focus to just really try and dismantle Transoxiana. We were unsuccessful, but I'm going to pick up the next perk and then actually rotate into stewardship here for the extra monthly income. I feel like income will be critical here, especially since our income is now 47, but our max maintenance for our army is still 74 gold. This is primarily from our Asiwira that are costing 13 gold a month at full maintenance. I may end up reducing the size of this down by 1 or 2, because it's no use if we have a massive army, but we're in debt 6 months into any war. Oh my word, what is this? The approaching storm. The cold wind cuts my cheeks like shards of glass. The weather has been unusually cold lately. A horse's braying catches my attention just when I turn to go back inside. Its rider can barely hold the reins. Help, he mutters, about to collapse. The great winter has come. My people die trying to flee the steppe. Nomads may try to take over our lands. Incredible. Thank you for the good news. So we can either get war preparations in some of our counties here for extra fort level and garrison size. We can prepare for these nomads, giving us land preparations, reducing the building construction time and cost. Or we just tell this man he can rest. Realistically, I think Warren here will say let them come and get war preparations. We have the goal to afford it, and the one nomad we have landed inside of our realm has caused us nothing but problems. We do not want more. Renewed jihad. The House of Islam is under grave threat from the onslaught of heathens and infidels. That's us, and its very heartlands. In response, His Magnificence Caliph Abd al-Zim has declared that an era of renewed jihad is upon the world. The core regions of the Dar al-Islam must be retaken at all costs. All righteous Muslim faithful should prepare to join the ranks of the Mujahideen for the upcoming struggles. This could be the beginning of unprecedented Muslim aggression. That's fantastic news for us, because we are only right next to the biggest Muslim empire there is. Oh, what is this? We've had a holy war declared on us for the satrapy of Georgia. So it's actually a vassal inside of the Abbasid Empire that's declared on us. That's an interesting one. Okay, additional taxes of 588. Okay, steward, let's go. So the war has escalated a little bit. We're now up to 12,000 attackers, just multiple people joining him, including the King of Egypt. I am going to raise all of my armies here and try and just move in against the actual capital of the man who originally declared on me. Incredible, incredible. Finally. It's been a while since I've actually managed to siege down the capital and immediately hit 100%, but very glad I did there. It would have been a costly war otherwise. Let's enforce these demands. Thank you very much. We'll send a message. It would have been very embarrassing if while we were focused on a war with the Arabian Empire, one of his vassals ended up beating us. Now, we have just discovered the next level of economic buildings as well, so I'm going to keep upgrading everything that we possibly can that'll give us more tax. Next up, I think I'm actually going to go for Bayless for the additional building slots just to really max out on tax. Once we get that and our tax income up, then we can go household soldiers and really buff out the army as well. Now, we also have the ability to found another holy order, which I think probably makes an insane amount of sense. Our current holy order is actually pretty strong, however. I think let's found one though. Let's make it happen. There we go. We now have two. The one that we can raise for free is not as good as the immortals that cost a little bit, but either way, it's more for our vassals to use as well. Our son is officially a man, stubborn, paranoid, compassionate, but brilliant strategist, which is the main one that we wanted to see. I'm actually going to marry him off to this girl here for the alliance of almost 6,000 men, but she also has hail, and if we can get some good inheritable traits in the family, that would also help a ton. Oh my word, that was unexpected. We're dead. Quarren III of the Baghdad Empire has left this world at 63 years of age, succumbed to a fatal apoplexy. A man to always put the good of his family above all else, he spent his life trying to ensure a glorious future for all his descendants. Now that's true. That's probably the most spot-on death screen we've had in a long time. Quarren ascends to the throne, a formidable duelist. Many expect him to excel in tournaments and combat alike. Let us continue as Quarren IV and let nobody point out in the comments that we made zero use really of you know, the legend that we basically debuffed ourselves with for the past 5 years. But that's fine. That's fine. Don't look at it that way. What is after happening over here? Transoxiana is still a thing. Different ruler, though. And now we have Khorasan also held by somebody new. Interesting. This seemingly changed dynasties then? What actually happened here? Ah, faction demand. Okay, I see. I see. Now, obviously, Quarren IV's focus is martial, but I'm still going to start him off on wealth here because I just know that gold is going to be an issue. That's a lot of factions. That's not great to see. You absolutely hate us. Desires a satrapy of Gurgen, no alliance, powerful clan vassal, an opinion of predecessor. I will marry my sister off for an alliance. The problem is my sister has measles. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. Measles has started right on the capital. Let me enter seclusion. I do not want to die at this point. Thank you very much. We've been overwhelmed by stress pretty early in life, but I am happy to pick up the Hashishaya fame trait. Here it is again. We have the Balasagun Kemeks here that want their independence from all the way over here. I really wish this would just go to the king of that land rather than always like the highest liege, but fair enough, I suppose. I don't really want to fight you, but I also don't really want to lose a level of fame either. So you know what? You want freedom, you shall have it in death. Let's fight this one. The good news is with our full army raised, we are just about profitable, which is nice to see. It means that we are not going to be immediately in debt when we go to war. That is largely helped by the fact that we are focused on stewardship at the moment, though. There we go. Managed to beat them easily enough in the battle. Hopefully we can just siege this down and be done with it. What is this? Heir unmarried. Oh, it looks as though the alliance we had set up for him is actually gone. Although we could marry our heir off to the now ruler of the Mergid Khanate here. You know what? Let's do that. I think it makes sense. It's a way for us to get it back in our control eventually too, because the children will be our dynasty. There we go. We have put down a nomadic uprising. Let us enforce our demands here. What actually happens? We get locals pacified for 25 years. He leaves the faction and can't join for another 10 years. Fair enough, we'll take that. Now, we're compassionate, so we'll get a critical stress break if we kill him. So instead, he's just going to rot away in the prison. I'm going to disband my army for now. We are involved in another war here. One of our allies has called for help, but they're so far away, I don't think we're going to make it over there, my friend. Oh, my word. Immediately, we have another one. Okay, you know what? You can just have it because the Caliph has just died. And I think it could be a fantastic... 4,000 troops. We have to do this now. You know what? You can have it. You can have that. You enjoy it, my friend. I will take the hit to my prestige. There is an opportunity of a lifetime opening up for us here. Oh boy, the problem though is that our piety is not high enough. We're only progressing towards faithful and we need to be at least devoted servant to make this happen. Let me go on a pilgrimage as quick as I possibly can. Let's just get me some piety, please. I will have my High Almoner do some divine charity as well for some extra piety there. Okay, there we go. 265 piety. Nothing tremendous, but better than nothing for the time being. Okay, we're almost halfway to Devoted Servant. We should get there eventually. The Arabian Empire is currently fighting a war of tyranny, which we do like to see. Wow, look at this. A count is leading it with 24,000 men. Hopefully, they're still in a relatively weak position when we are ready and we can take Jazera relatively easily. The good news is we've actually inherited another county over here right next to the capital that I'm more than happy to build up as well. What is this? Refuge of Light. Caliph Adhid has initiated a persecution of the remaining Manichaeans in his lands. Zahir, a leader of this beleaguered faith, now seeks me out, carrying a large pile of dusty books. Great Shahanshah, he says, my faith is an old one, a contender to Christianity while it was still young. We possess much knowledge about this fallen world of matter, and even some humble insight into the higher world of light. Some of our compatriots have already settled in Kawir. Might you allow my followers to do so too? In return, I can stay and serve you, and share with you this treasure trove of knowledge from our ancient libraries in Baghdad and Ctesiphon before its fall. This is interesting. We are very interested in Baghdad as well, and I feel like Quarren would be also. The problem, though, is accepting the proposal would give us a critical stress break because we are paranoid, and we're currently already at level 1. Level 2 might not be that fun. Alternatively, we turn him away. We still lose stress because we're compassionate, but the Caliph likes it. Nah, that doesn't feel right. I feel like we have to push through our paranoia here. We'll gain rare books for 25 years for +2 learning, and then this actual county title will gain Gnostic fervor for +20% development growth. And we will deal with our problems through hashish. We have even more nomads that want to be independent. You're actually pretty big, to be honest. But you know what? You can have those lands, my friend. I will take another fame hit. We'll go down to disgraced. But listen, it has to be done. Tarkhan's actually died as well. So the Khazars have lost another leader. And it's now the Bulanid Mordvanids. Interesting. So they speak the Iranian language, but they are a foreign culture now. It's interesting that who the actual successors to these lands are very often from a totally different culture. What I will actually do is I will create the Kingdom of Khotan over here. I will grant this. Well, actually, what's your cultural acceptance? That's okay. I'll grant this to you. That's some less lands to deal with. Also, it gives us a nice bit of prestige from creating it. And then we'll do the same over here in Kashmir as well. Meanwhile, in the Arabian Empire, those wars have all finished up, but the Caliph is now just 6 years old. Does have 12,000 men, but still could be a decent time to strike. Let me pin you, and then we also pin the new ruler of the Khazars as well. Hey, and our first son is born. Of course, we'll go for Quarren once again. Why not? Child of a concubine, non-ideal, but not that big of an issue either. Okay, we are officially up to Devoted Servant and have more than enough piety to finally declare a holy war for the remainder of the Kingdom of Jazera. Now, obviously, there's 14,000 here. We do have other rulers who are very likely to join in this defensive holy war, but let's see if we can finally make this happen. Oof! The first battle is a defeat. Their quality is just actually pretty ridiculous. I still think we'll be fine, though. No need to worry yet. As you can see, the defenders are now up to 21,000 troops. Quite a bit different to the initial 14,000 that we saw, and there's a lot of men-at-arms in there as well. Here we go. That's more like it. That's more like it, gents. I actually think that the Arabian Empire is in debt at the moment. Yes, he is. Did you hire mercenaries? Yes, you did. Okay, you're going all out to try and defend here. No, we were doing so well, but then we got caught off just because we were running low on supply with all our sieges. They've caught us again. I know this looks bad, but honestly, I still think we're actually going to be fine here. We just need to organize. How many troops are actually in this defense now? Yeah, like they've gone down to 17k. We're going to be fine. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm at war with my own vassal. Mesopotamian war for Emir Nazim's claim on the satrapy of Kurdistan. But the attacker is my vassal. How the hell does that work? Okay, let's try and deal with this war as well, I suppose. This is a bit of a nightmare, though. Very poor timing here. I also don't even fully understand this war, to be honest with you. 33%. Will you white peace? Yes, you will. We'll take that because we are currently trying to get Jazera. Come on, catch them. Yes, okay, that's one. That's one. Catch these as well, please. Come on, allies. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, okay. This is very much our last chance, though. If they come up from the south and immediately kick us off this again, we are not going to have enough time to win this war. Uh-oh, that's quite a lot of men. Yes, yes, yes! Oh my god, I don't know how we pulled that off. I hired every single mercenary band I could afford to make that happen. Now he wants a white piece. I do not think so, my friend. Another dynasty legacy. You know what? Let's go inherited tactics inside of warfare here, because clearly we don't have all the warfare advantages that we need. Come on, boys. Siege it down. Let's get this thing ended. We're at 90% and they're starting to counter siege. I don't know if we have the men to counter attack, though. Come on, jump in, boys. Jump in. Everybody in. Everybody in. Yes. There we go. There we go. One more. One more. Nice. Nice. Now siege this down immediately. Oh, my word. We did it. Oh, my. How long did that? 10 years. 10 years. Hopefully I've cut this up so that it felt relatively like not that long for you, but for me that war lasted forever. Let's enforce our demands. There we go, establishing ourselves. So be it. Disband all. Let's sort this out. We're gonna hand these lands off, and there it is. Oh my word, am I happy that we got that sorted. To become the Saoshyant, all that is left is to reach Paragon of Virtue, and we are already coming up on halfway there. So the only thing we need to do is not lose any land inside of where you see Bavandid here until we get Paragon of Virtue, and we will have officially become the Saoshyant. In celebration, let's kindle the royal fire. Never mind, the flames can wait. Paranoid? Why is kindling the royal fire an issue with being paranoid? The flames can wait. Now, to sum up what happened outside of the war there, I have started to build some city holdings and castle holdings inside of some of the counties I controlled near the capital. So now we're maxed out on domain holdings, with the majority of them being actually in and around the capital themselves. We still have one over here I'm just holding on to because I can, but ideally we'll have this nice and shored up as our economic base. And once again, we have another nomad here that wants to be independent. Just go right ahead, my friend. I'll take the fame hit. I'm used to it at this stage. Actually, it looks like Transoxiana has changed hands again. It's now actually held by my nephew, but he's struggling. 230 troops, and he is defending against basically everybody. To be honest, that doesn't bother me an insane amount. It's non-ideal that it's our nephew that's the downfall of Transoxiana, but at least they're too busy to cause any real issues for us right now. In future, I am definitely going to want to make sure that we have more of a standing advantage before we actually go to war, because even if you win, a 10-year-long war is very rarely seen as a win by the vassals. You'll see here, for example, a lot of them have a minus 52 opinion at the moment just because of the offensive war and how long it lasted. The big issue I have inside the clan government is, for example, this man here hates us. He controls this land inside of what would be the Kingdom of Georgia here. He absolutely hates us. He wants a seat on the council that we could maybe give him. He has no alliance as a powerful clan vassal, but he has nobody to marry any of my sons or daughters. But the issue is that if I don't eventually fix this, I'm going to have a powerful vassal with minus 52 after I die, just because of opinion of predecessor. So that's a bit unfortunate. Everybody else is a little bit more balanced, though. He's somewhat of a niche case because he's kind of a king up here, but he hasn't actually formed Georgia here. Amazingly, my nephew into the Transoxiana here, despite only having 67 men, somehow has my brother in prison and refuses to ransom him unless I owe him a hook. I suppose we'll use our hook on our nephew here instead to try and get this man up free. My wife, unfortunately, has passed away during childbirth. I'm going to actually betroth myself to this girl here. That will give us an alliance with a neighboring ruler over in India of 6,000 men, and she has 2 congenital traits, so we may get some children with some positive congenital traits. They'll probably be lost amongst the other 7 I already have, but still good for the dynasty. Oh, look at this. The Liberty faction is firing, and they want lower crown authority. Honestly, I think I might fight this only because the realm is kind of getting in a very weird shape at the moment. Like, this is just a duchy. You are basically a de facto king without a kingdom. The others are not that bad. Oh, there is one king. Oh, You would join and you control Baghdad. Let's fight this. I'm going to try and be aggressive here and just chase them down before they have a chance to actually group up together. We should be able to deal with this, no problem. Just need to never let them group up and we will be fine. We could have a big war near the end when they all eventually retreat and try and group up together, but if we can cut them off in the meantime, let's do it. Now then, we're up at 74%. We did get called into one of our allies' wars, and we do also have another faction that wants to fire, but that is actually mainly for independence. Whereabouts is this? Oh, it's the newly conquered territory. All right, that's to be expected. So I am going to have to fight them as well. I'll say you want freedom, you can have it in death, and we'll just try and deal with this first faction if we can with some sieges to finish it off. There it is. The Liberty War is at 100%. Let me enforce my demands here. Where are these peasants? Let's head over and deal with this. And then out of curiosity, can I revoke everything off of you, my friend? Thank you very much. I'll take the kingdom title back. And most importantly, Baghdad is now in our possession. Incredible. That's that dealt with. I'm just going to revoke everything else as well, and we can organize it ourselves. Okay, after working through all of that, the realm is still a mess, but it's a bit more organized. But mainly, I'm super happy that we managed to actually gain control of Baghdad here. I think I'll also hold on to the Shah of Mesopotamia, try and grow our holdings in here, and ultimately make this our sort of primary kingdom here as well. I'm going to have my steward also convert the culture in Baghdad here over to Persian. I believe it's all already Mazdian. Yes, it is. Okay, that's good stuff. Let's actually have you converting over some of these newly conquered lands to Mazdian as well, while we head over to put down the remainder of these rebels. There we go. Thankfully, the peasant factions are still easy enough to deal with. You, my friends, are getting executed. No, you're not, because we're compassionate. Forgive me, I completely forgot about that. Okay, we are 45 years old now. We have just been at war our entire life. The stress is getting to us. We're already Hashashaya as well as a drunkard. I think it might be time for us to actually rotate into learning here. I'm gonna focus on the actual small health boost. No, maybe I go theology actually, and then we'll work our way down whole of body for the health boost. But this should actually also help get us to Paragon of Virtue so that we can become the Saoshyant. Oh my word. At long last, we can officially become the Saoshyant. I am the one. Ever since the Sassanid Empire succumbed to the Arab invasions, Persia has suffered under the yoke of Mohammedan rulers. The last remnants of the old Zoroastrian order retreated north into the plains of Central Asia. But now, at long last, Zoroastrian rule over Persia has been restored. This miraculous recovery can only be attributed to my brilliant leadership, and many amongst the clergy have decreed me to be the Saoshyant, the savior of the world that Zoroaster himself spoke of thousands of years ago. After embracing this role, I am now revered as a holy icon by Zoroastrians everywhere. I shall bring benefit to all. We gain the nickname Saoshyant, the trait Saoshyant, our descendants gain the trait Saoshyant Descendant, the Sassanid dynasty gained Saoshyant Resurgent for 25 years, and Mazdayazna's fervor increases by 15. Wow, that was an absolutely incredible journey. I am not going to lie to you. That race against time in the beginning, in order for it not to be a concession ending of the Iranian intermezzo, rushing to grab the actual Persian Empire itself, dealing with all the nomads that we continue to deal with, dealing with the Seljuks, dealing with nomad invasions, dealing with the Arabian Empire, dealing with the Khazars, but we have managed to do it. We have restored Persia's original borders. Let me also as well be the one to move the capital to Baghdad over here as well. People mentioned there was unique buildings relevant to Zoroastrianism here. We do have the House of Wisdom in here already. Do let me know if it has to be built maybe before or instead of this, or if there's something else I can do. I'm not seeing anything just yet, but it could also be because the culture is different. Maybe when we convert this over, things may change. But there we go. Our capital is now Baghdad, and we are officially the Saoshyant of the Persian Zoroastrian Empire. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. A massive shout out to all of our channel members helping to support the channel and everything that I do here. And as always, a very special shout out to our Emperor's Hands tier in Faustbread and Wyatt Laird. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.